Hi everyone, my name is Risha. Today is the 10th of November 2024. I'll be going over my weekly prediction for Nvidia. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts. And then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where we'll review last week's prediction and go over this one in more detail. But before getting into this video, it is important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational, and therefore it is important to conduct your own analysis, whatever analysis that may be, to ensure that you're comfortable with the risk, reward, and trading style, since you may not be with mine. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Now, monthly charts, we can see Nvidia has been on a huge bull run. Volume was supporting it more or less until here. After that, we can see this kind of last stretch of the uptrend here. Well, it has been quite volatile, along with volume not supporting it. RSI is overbought. However, that's not really saying much, since that that tends to happen with that's historically we can see it does end up staying overbought for a while, so that's not particularly saying anything. MACD is extremely bullish, and we can see that this is true for the chart. So we have very bullish signals generally, but then volume doesn't support this uptrend, this recent stretch. MACD and the RSI is overbought as well, so that's two kind of signals to be wary of and keep in mind when analyzing this uptrend, since although Nvidia as a company has a lot of projects coming up, and it has high prospects in terms of upside and growth potential. This is something to keep in mind, just technically, in terms of technical analysis. Now, we can see that in the weekly charts we had this descending triangle, which it has broken out of, and this tends to happen quite often, and we can see that it's continued to go up as in line with bar chart and technical analysis. This is pretty much as predicted. Volume, however, is declining quite heavily. This, as I've said, this is kind of the pattern that we're seeing in the monthly charts as well. RSI, interestingly enough, is actually declining, whereas this price here is actually rising. So there is a divergence here as well. MACD, however, has just crossed over, did cross over 2 weeks ago and given us a bullish signal. So we have quite mixed signals coming here from technical analysis. However, this pattern as a whole and an upward breakout is quite extremely good, like in terms of reliability. So it is expected that this goes up. Volume is quite concerning, however, so it is something to keep in mind. That's why I set my supports and resistances accordingly to take into account how wary I am of the price action. Now, here we can see again very similarly we had sort of a declining where it slanted double top here, but not really. We can see that this triangle pattern in more detail, and we see that it actually crossed up again, very similar. This is just the same thing. It's mimicking the weekly charts. Decline in volume. There's clearly a divergence from volume. RSI is actually supporting this price action in the daily charts, so that's quite encouraging. MACD has just given us a bullish signal, so that is on the daily charts, so that's quite encouraging as well, since we do have bullish signals, a lot of bullish signals coming from the daily charts. So that is quite encouraging for Nvidia. Last week was profitable. Feel free to look through these numbers. This week we will buy when it crosses 151.2 and sell when it falls below 144.37 with a target of 2% and a trailing stop loss of 1%. If neither the target or stop loss is hit, then we will close on Friday. The weekly and monthly trend are up currently. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.